Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excellent. Two down, two to go. We've covered what data blockchain stores and how it's distributed. Now let's look at the third characteristic, data structure. This is actually where the name blockchain comes from. So let's figure out what exactly those blocks and chains are all about. Blockchain is composed of ordered and connected blocks of data. The data isn't just stored in one big pile, it's organized into blocks. Think of each block as a container that holds a bunch of transaction records. These blocks are ordered. They have a specific sequence, like pages in a book. And they are connected. Each block is linked to the one before it, forming a chain. That's why it's called a blockchain. It's literally a chain of blocks. Now here's where it gets smart. Because they are connected, if anyone tries to tamper with an old block, it breaks the connection with the rest of the chain. The tampering becomes detectable. But we'll talk more about how that works when we get to security. The data structure used in blockchain is a linked list. Picture it like this. You have block 0, block 1, block 2, and so on. Each block has two parts. A header, like the label on a folder, containing information about the block. Transaction data, the actual records inside the block. The blocks are linked together in order. Block 1 points back to block 0. Block 2 points back to block 1, and so on. This chain of connections means you can trace the entire history all the way back to the very first block, called the Genesis block. The complete story is preserved, end to end. Let's peek inside a data block and see what's actually in there. A single block can contain hundreds or even thousands of transaction records, and it has a limited size. Once a block is full, a new one gets created. The header of each block contains some really useful metadata. The block number, where does this block sit in the chain? The block creation time, when was it created? The number of transactions, how many records are inside? The block size, how much data does it hold? The ID of the computer that created the block, who built this block? It's like the block's ID card. Everything you need to know about it, right there in the header. Okay, that's for now. Stay tuned for the next video where we'll dive even deeper. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.